Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel and Merry Christmas, as I am actually recording this on Christmas Day 2023. It's that time of year again. It's time to talk about our top 10 figures of 2023. If Saturday morning cartoons fueled your imagination as a kid and powers your action figure collecting now as an adult, then you're in the right place. Thanks for stopping by and welcome to Saturday Morning Toy Collector. And if you like my content, please consider subscribing. "2023 has been an incredible year for action figures. It's seen the emergence of some of the lines that I've been waiting for a very long time, most notably Super 7s, Silverhawks figures. I know that they've also announced the vac metalized versions coming in 2024, so I'll be looking forward to those as well. Some more cartoon accurate color schemes. Cosmic Legions launched this year from the Four Horsemen. We've been waiting around for that for 2 years. And there's been a figure that I pre-ordered almost 2.5 years ago that just squeaked in there 2 days ago before I recorded this, that did make it in the top 10 list. So let's not beat around the Christmas tree. Let's just get straight into it. So we're going to be doing our top 10 figures, plus we're going to be doing our top playset of the year, top vehicle of the year, and top toy line of the year. So let's dive right in. Number 10 is a figure that I apologize I didn't get a chance to review in 2023 because I did just get it a little bit ago from a good friend of mine named Scott. So Scott, thank you so much for hooking me up with this figure. I super appreciate it. But it is going to be the Marvel Legends Spider-Man No Way Home Green Goblin. This figure is incredible. This is probably one of the greatest Marvel Legends literally no corner was cut in bringing this figure to life. Everything about it is perfection. I probably don't have a single complaint about this figure. Yes, I will be doing a review of this figure in 2024, so just hang tight. It will be coming out. But this figure is just absolute. The head sculpt is insane for a Marvel Legends figure. I think that Willem Dafoe has a very distinctive head, and he has a facial features that are very distinctive, and I would imagine would be super hard to capture in figure form, but somehow Hasbro has done it. I don't collect a lot of Marvel Legends figures, just a handful of Spider-Man, but this guy is just absolute perfection, and that's why he made it onto my top 10 list. Number 9 on my list is another figure that sadly I did not get a chance to review, and it really hurts me that I didn't get a chance to review not only this figure, but the other figures in this line and in this wave, because this wave of figures, this line of action figures, is actually 100% what this channel is all about, and that is old red. But unfortunately, I just never got around to reviewing them because I was just too excited. I got these figures in, I tore them open, I got them posed up on my shelf, and I promise what I'll do is I will do the updated versions. I'll do reviews of those when they come out, and that is going to be the Super 7 Silverhawks line. And so number 9 on that list is definitely going to have to be Monstar in his monstrous form. This figure is insane. It is huge. You can see how big it is just by me moving it around. It is very nicely articulated. It comes with tons of hands. It comes with an extra head sculpt, blast effects, a laser gun. It comes with all kinds of nice, really cool detail. It comes with his bird or his bat, Sky Shadow. Just everything about this figure is perfection. This is a personified perfect toy. It's very toyetic, as they say. It is just absolutely gorgeous. The colors, the finishes, everything about this guy is incredible. And he beat out all of the other Silverhawks figures for for a top 10 spot. I mean, just look how big this guy is. He's insane. And that's why he's number 9 on my list. Now, you guys know, as much as I love G.I. Joe Classified series, I definitely could not get away with a top 10 list without including at least one G.I. Joe Classified series release of the year. Next year, it's probably going to be dominated. My list will probably be dominated by Super 7's O-Ring Joes. At least one of them is going to make it in there, I'm sure. But I had to include one, and my favorite one this year, you guys have probably already guessed it, it's Snow Job. I can't explain why. I don't have the biggest fondness for Snow Job when I was a kid, other than I really loved all of his gear and accessories. But this figure is just perfect. I love everything about this figure. The head sculpt, that 70s spy, haircut and beard just looks great. All the articulation, all the accessories that he comes with, all the gear, the different looks you can make with like the hood and the head and the goggles and everything. He just looks incredible. The way you can store all of his gear in his backpack. I mean, come on. This is just absolute insanity. You guys know how much I gushed over this figure during the review. He looks incredible, and that's why he's number 8 on my list. Number 7 on my list is a figure that did come with the vehicle, but we're not going to include that vehicle in this reveal, in this number, because I do have a specific category for best toy vehicle of the year, and this vehicle almost made that category, but something else beat it out entirely. But the figure that came with this vehicle is number 7 on my list. So let's get right into it. It is the McFarlane Toys 89 Batman. This figure is sheer perfection. I love it. It is leaps and bounds better than the 89 Batman like Flash figure that we got. I know that was the updated modern suit, but this was the figure that I've been waiting for. The 89 Batman is one of my favorite superhero movies of all time, and I've always wanted a really nice figure of it. I've got the SH Figure Arts version, the NECA version, I've got the NECA 1/4 version, but I really wanted a really nice, highly detailed articulated figure of the 89 Batman, and McFarlane give it to us. And the one that comes with the Batmobile, it has that classic design. It's got the soft goods cape, the gold belt, the nice logo. The head sculpt's really good. It's just a great figure. And look, if you'd have told me at the beginning of the year one of the McFarlane figures was going to make it on my top 10 figures of the year list, I would have told you you're probably nuts. But it did. This figure is insane. It is so incredibly good, and I love it so much. And that's why it's number 7 on my list. Number 6 on my list is a figure that I just got very recently, and not only is the figure itself perfection, and that's why it's on my list, and it's so high up at number 6, it also has a really good experience behind it. Now, this is going to be a Mythic Legions figure that I did get at Legions Con, but this was a figure that nobody knew was coming. It was a surprise figure. You literally were told at the door the first morning of the show as you were walking in, don't forget to pick one up on your way out. It's right by the register. It's a figure that's never been revealed. It's never been shown. And it is the Valiant Knight. This figure is so nice. It is so incredible. It's got new articulation. It uses a new style body that they are going to be bringing in later in a new wave of Mythic Legions figures. Every part and piece that this comes with, the old pieces, the new pieces, everything about it is great. It has some fantastic articulation, some beautiful paint apps, and it's just an absolutely amazing figure. And it's got an incredible story to go along with it. And that's why the Valiant Knight is so high up on my list. Number 5 on the list is a figure that I literally got just a couple of weeks ago. It just barely squeaked by into making the end of the year, and I'm so glad that I did. My really good friend Matt helped me acquire this figure. He's my local toy dealer trader in the area, and he got me on the hookup because this thing was sold out everywhere I looked. And that is the Indiana Jones from SH Figure Arts. Man, I got to tell you, this is an incredible figure. It is literally probably the best Harrison Ford head sculpt and likeness that I have ever seen on any figure at any scale. And yes, I do include Hot Toys with that. I've had a couple of the Indiana Jones figures now with from Hot Toys and other 1/6 companies, and literally nobody has come as close to his likeness as this figure has. And it's just absolutely incredible. The fact that you can pop the arms off, take the coat off, switch it out with the other arms, and you've got a completely different look. You've got the smirking face. You can take the hat off. All of the accessories, everything he comes with. This is a perfect Indiana Jones figure. Now, yes, indeed, Hasbro did give us a whole line of Indiana Jones figures this year, and this is just a singular release from SH Figure Arts, but it's okay to have both of those figures. I kept seeing this figure around on reviews, and I was just like, look, this is incredible. I do want to drop the extra cash on this figure, even though I do have a good Hasbro version. I really wanted this figure, and I'm so glad that I did. And thank you, Matt, for hooking me up with it, because I couldn't have rounded out my 2023 without getting my hands on this stellar figure. And yes, this is also a figure that I haven't had a chance to review yet, and it will be coming in 2024. Stay tuned. Number 4 on my list is another figure that I failed to review at the beginning of the year. I think this figure came all the way out back in like March or so of this year. But it was one that I got in. I had it on pre-order, but I found it in Target, and I decided to pick it up and open it and start playing with it immediately. And I didn't get a chance to do a review of it. He did make an appearance in the Strongheart review of the same line that I did later on, but you guys probably already know what it is. It's NECA's Warduke. Warduke is one of my absolute all-time favorite figures from when I was a kid. I love this design. It's absolutely insane, and NECA literally killed it. Honestly, I thought this was going to be my figure of the year, and for it to be all the way down at number 4 on my list shocks me to my core. I honestly thought this was going to be my number 1 figure of the year, and unfortunately, it's just not. And it's not because it's not perfection, because this figure is absolute perfection. That's how hard this list was for me to put together, because the 3 figures that are in front of this guy just narrowly edged him out. He is absolutely gorgeous. I would dare say that this is more of a work of art than it is an action figure. NECA, thank you so much for bringing one of my childhood toys to life. I have this guy, the original from when I was a kid. I still have it. It's one of my favorite action figures that I had when I was a kid. And now this updated version is one of my favorites as an adult. And that's why he's so high on my list at number 4. Again, if you'd have told me that 2 McFarlane figures would have made my top 10 list, I would have told you were insane, but their Superpowers line is absolutely incredible. The Superpowers line from Kenner is my all-time, hands-down favorite action figure line in the history of all toys, and that's edging out G.I. Joe and He-Man and Transformers. Nothing comes close to this as far as I'm concerned, and that's why my number 3 is the Superpowers brand new Detective Batman. I still have mine from when I was a kid. This figure is incredible, and this updated version from McFarlane is sheer perfection. Yes, would I have loved for the face to not be painted black and it'd be more blue? Of course, but it doesn't matter. I actually like this updated version. The colors are spot on. The sculpt is spot on. It's absolute perfection as far as I'm concerned. Honestly, here's the deal. You guys have heard me say this 100 times before, and I'll continue to say it. If the house was on fire and I could only grab one figure before it ran out, before I ran out of the house, it would be my Superpowers Batman from when I was a kid. And maybe I would take the extra second to grab this one from McFarlane Toys too. And that's why this Batman is so high up on my list at number 3. All right, I'm going to be completely honest with you. This figure that I'm about to unveil for number 2 figure of the year has been my number 1 figure of the year since the moment I got it in hand. It has been my top figure of the year, but I was wrong. And I was wrong by 2 days. 2 days ago, I got the figure that ultimately became the number 1 figure of the year because I didn't think I was going to be getting it. I didn't think it was going to show up, but it did. But I don't want to waste any more time. My number 2 figure of the year, and it was my number 1 for the longest, so please don't take this as a slight, guys. The Four Horsemen's Figura Obscura Monkey King. Any way you slice it, this figure is absolute perfection. There is not a single piece, a single detail that is not expertly sculpted, crafted, and painted. This, I feel, is a turning point for the Four Horsemen Studios. I think going forward from here on out, this is the level of quality that they are going to be delivering in each one of their figure releases. And I'm not talking about your Legion builders or your Army builders or any of that, your basic figures. I'm talking about your named actual characters. This figure is absolutely exquisite. It is art. This is not an action figure. Every detail, every choice, every part reuse, every new piece sculpted, it was a brilliant move on Four Horsemen's part. This is an incredible figure any way you slice it. And the fact that it's a monkey, come on. That's just like peanut butter and jelly, or chocolate and peanut butter. I don't know what goes better together. I don't know. But it's perfection, and I love it. Four Horsemen, you guys have outdone yourself. I know I've seen the new figures that are coming out with Mythic Legions. I've seen that you guys are carrying this over as the new level of quality, and I applaud you. This is an incredible figure. And the only figure that beat this out only beat it out because of my love and my nostalgia and my connection to the figure that did win my #1 figure of the year. Otherwise, this definitely would have taken it. Including the figure that I'm going to show you for figure of the year, this figure is still better crafted than that. It's just simply a work of art. And that's why it's so high up at #2 on my list. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break before we go right into #1. I wanted to take a little divergence in the listing here, and I wanted to go over 3 other categories this year that I have come up with that I want to acknowledge and applaud the people who made it. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about the playset of the year. Now, there's been a lot of playsets come out this year, but nothing has come close to this. So my playset of the year is the Masters of the Universe Origins Snake Mountain. From the box art to the details to the paint to every little piece that was updated, this thing is just, it's beautiful. I never had Snake Mountain when I was a kid. This is my first opportunity to actually get a brand new Snake Mountain in hand, put it together, and enjoy it and play with it. I love this thing. All the pieces that they reused from when we were kids, all the new parts and pieces, the new little mountaintop that they've added, just everything about it is just pure nostalgia overload. I had so much fun for days once I opened this up. Not just building it and putting it together, but just playing with it and posing it. And it is still, right now, it is still the main display behind me every time I do a review. And it will stay there in its place of honor as the focal point of my collection until 2024, when the playset Eternia comes out. I have it pre-ordered already. I backed it, and I can't wait for it to come in, because that you guys will probably be seeing that playset on my list next year. That's why Snake Mountain is my playset of the year. I honestly thought the 89 Batmobile, the matte finish version, the one that came with the 89 Batman, I thought that would wind up being my vehicle of the year. I love that design. It's my favorite Batmobile design of all time. I absolutely love it. But sadly, another amazing company came along and edged it out. And that is the Ramen Toys Red Gullwing, not Thunderhawk. I absolutely love Mask. It is one of my favorite toy lines of all time. And this replica, updated, new version of the Thunderhawk is absolutely incredible. This is the first toy that I've bought from Ramen Toys, and their build quality is exquisite. This thing is immaculate. It is a perfect representation of everything I loved about Mask. I wish they would make a remake of every single vehicle that Mask ever put out. I would buy them all, because this thing is so perfect. It is glorious. It is the centerpiece of my 80s shelf. It looks beautiful. It comes with an awesome Not Mac tracker figure. All of the updated parts and pieces are just amazing, and this vehicle is so perfect in every way. I absolutely love it. So thank you, Ramen Toys, for delivering a piece of my childhood back to me, and that's why you guys have earned a top spot as the best vehicle of 2023. I had to add this category in this year. I had to talk about it because there is one toy company that I think has listened to its fans, delivered on its promise of beautiful figures at an affordable price point, that has dominated my collecting this year, that literally fueled my desire to hop on a plane and fly all the way to New Jersey for their con this year. And the funny thing is last year, I didn't even have any Mythic Legions figures at all. I started in October. I bought the Headless Horseman, the figure Obscura, and now this year I have filled up 2 cabinets full of Mythic Legions figures, and I attended my first Legions Con, which you guys know all about. So that's why I'm giving this year's Toy Creator, Toy Manufacturer, Toy Designer of the Year award to the Mythic Legions. This is my toy line of the year. 4 Horsemen are the creators of the year. I love everything that they're doing. They're such a passionate group of men and women who not only design these beautiful figures, but the team that works on the packaging, the story, the team that works in shipping and customer service, and just everything about this company. They're just amazing. They're really, really good quality people, and they put out a good quality product at a great price. And yes, it's hard to find some of these figures once they sell out. Yes, they go up on the secondary market, but these figures are every bit of they're worth every bit of everything that you pay for them, and all of the hard work and sweat and blood and tears and everything that goes into making these figures. That's why this figure line is my line of the year. And that's why the 4 Horsemen are my toy company of the year. I'm going to tell you guys a quick story. Some of you may know that I'm a comic book artist. I draw comic books when I'm not doing my full-time job as a designer, and I love comics. I love everything about the medium. I love visual storytellers. I love telling a story visually, and I love movies that are told visually as well. And one of the very first comic books that I ever got as a kid was Gotham by Gaslight. I remember my mom buying it for me at a comic book store when I was a little kid, and Mike Mignola's art blew me away. I then remember getting like the Wolverine Lost in the Savage Land, where Wolverine fought like dinosaurs and things like that, and Apocalypse, and that was also drawn by Mike Mignola. And I remember that his art was the first time that I noticed that an artist could draw different books, different characters, and that was a job. And that was something that you could do for a living. And what made that connection for me was the fact that it was Mike Mignola's art. His art is just incredible, and it stuck with me when I was 11, 12 years old, and it sticks to me to this day. Sticks with me to this day at 47. I pre-ordered the Mezco Batman Gotham by Gaslight more than 2.5 years ago, and I was so excited in October when I got the email that said it was shipping in October and I'd be getting it soon. But as of Christmas Day, it has yet to ship. It still isn't here. Mine hasn't shipped. I probably won't get it until sometime in January. But my good friend Matt, who got me the SH Figure Arts Indiana Jones, he had an extra one, and he was like, dude, it's just sitting in my closet. I'd rather you have it and add it to your list than it just sit there and wait. And so my good friend Matt, thank you so much, because the minute I got my hands on this figure 2 days ago, this figure is everything that I expected it to be. And that's why the Mezco 112 Collective Batman Gotham by Gaslight is my #1 figure of the year. This thing is perfection. Head to toe. Everything about this figure is perfect. I absolutely love it. It's incredible. It's everything that I expected and wanted it to be. I do not collect Mezco 112 scale figures. I did buy the Joker from this line, and I did get the Vigilante pack. I've been sitting on those for like 2.5 years now, just holding them and waiting for this figure to come out. This is every single thing that I wanted it to be, everything I dreamed it would be, from the soft goods, the stitching, the sculpted bits, all the accessories, everything that he comes with, everything that he doesn't come with that comes in the Vigilante pack, the wings, everything. This is hands down my favorite comic book story of all time. This is my favorite. Batman's my favorite character of all time. Mike Mignola's artwork is my favorite artwork of all time. And all of that is personified in this box set and in this toy release. And there is just, I can't explain to you the Batman-shaped hole in my heart that this figure and everything it comes with fills. This thing is perfection. Head to toe. I cannot gush enough about it. Yes, I'll be doing a full review in 2024. I can't wait to dive into this figure and get into like every single detail. But for me, I had to include it. I had to show it off. Definitely. The Mezco 1/12 Batman Gotham by Gaslight, there's no question. It is my top action figure of 2023. There you have it. That's my list. I know that this is not going to be your list. I know that this is not going to represent all the lists that are out there. It's just my list. I'd love to hear what your lists are. I'd love to hear what you think your top figures of the year are. And just leave those down in the comments for me. Don't tell me that my list is wrong. Don't tell me that, oh, you forgot about this. You forgot about that. No, I didn't forget. This is my list. This is specifically to me. It represents the toys that I love and the toy lines that I grew up with and how they're being brought into modern times. That's why it's my list, and I want to know what your list is. Please leave me down in the comments below your top 10 figures of the year, toy line of the year, toy maker of the year, vehicle of the year, playset of the year. Let me know in the comments down below. Merry Christmas, happy holidays to each and every one of you out there in the audience. I super appreciate it. You guys have turned this channel around. I think last December I was hovering somewhere around 600 or 700 subscribers, and now I'm at almost 2,100 subscribers. I'm blown away. I never thought that I would be in this position 1 year later. It's absolutely insane. So I appreciate each and every single one of you who click on the video, who like the video, who share the video, who comment on the videos, who have good things to say, not so nice things to say. I appreciate all of you because all of it helps out the channel, and all of it makes us part of a bigger and better community. So happy holidays from my family to yours, from my toy collection to yours. I really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. This is it for the year of 2023. I will see you in the toy aisles in 2024.